More than a little worried, I retreat back to my room. Wandering up the hallway, I keep mulling over what happened. It felt like Hanako was only half there, as if I was interacting with a robot that was just doing what it was programmed to do without any real thought. She was a husk of a person. This is frustrating. I had hoped that meeting Hanako would help the situation, but I feel like it only made it harder to understand her. How am I supposed to try and help her when she's quite literally shuts me out like that? I don't even bother to turn on the light, opting instead of to simply change into my pajamas, quickly choke down my evening pills and collapse onto my bed. Once again, Hanako doesn't turn up for class. Try as I might to concentrate on other matters, the fact continues to distract me throughout the entire school day, and even as I walk through the school gardens to the dormitories. I don't think today being her birthday is a coincidence either. I don't know the link between the two events though, nor do I have any idea on what she's feeling. Were it physical pain, I could at least provide some limited comfort. With something like this though, I have no idea where to start. I run the people I know through my head, thinking about whether they could help. Shizune and Misha don't know that much about Hanako, and what little they do know, they can't tell me. Same for the nurse. In the end, there's only one person that knows Hanako well and would be willing to tell me anything. Entering my dormitory room, I notice something that takes me off guard. It's starting to feel familiar. With everything that's going on around me, I'm thankful that this room started to finally be somewhere I can relax a little. When I'd first entered Yamaku, it felt immediately foreign in every way, from the untouched neatness to the way it smelled. Focusing back on the task at hand, I throw my back onto the bed as I open the top drawer of my desk. Before she left, Lily told me the number to call her while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. In hindsight, I wonder if she knew something like this could happen. Now that she's out of reach, I realize just how much both Hanako and I have relied on her for guidance. I dig around drawer after drawer, looking for that damned piece of paper. Eventually, thankfully, I found it nestled under a borrowed library book. I should have probably just entered it directly into my cell phone, come to think of it. Without further ado, I enter the numbers and anxiously press the call button. Eventually the phone picks up a feminine voice who I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Sato! English? Suddenly finding myself unprepared, I realize I can't understand a word she says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lily, her mother is a native Scot. Oh god! Like, Scottish people and their accent, it's like, it's awe-inspiring to listen to, but also you can't understand jack of it if you're not Scottish. I soldier on in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hisao Nakai speaking. An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. Ah, you must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Mrs. Sato. It's so nice of her to find someone so polite. Lily dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little over-enthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Hanako's not well, is she? Yeah, moment of decision. That was quick. My assumption that she must have known something like this could happen seems to have been on the mark. How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to school and to know you, but... How is she right now? She missed school today and yesterday. I'll still have to check up on her today. To be honest, after seeing how she was when I talked to her yesterday, I'm pretty anxious. I really have no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. Herself? Did she start a fire by accident? If she did, that's grim. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be ruining that she was never born. Hanako had mentioned her stay in the orphanage to me. Maybe I should take some heart that she trusts me enough to tell such a thing. Lily seemingly so in the dark about it though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So, that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come, she's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about it is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily, with everything she's gone through. There's a long silence from the end of the line. I begin to wonder if the call cut out before the voice on the other end speaks once again. There is another person, though, that has been a subject of worry for me as of late. Oh? I ran through the people she could be talking about in my head. The only friends she seems to keep very close to Hanako are Hanako and me, though there is Akira as well. That person is you, Hisao. There's another silence on the line, but this time it's caused by me. Making others worry about me is something I've very actively tried to avoid since coming to Yamaku. Indeed, even my interaction with Hanako has helped me stave off any major health problems thanks to our relaxed and slow-paced lives. Aha. What is there to worry about over me? I apologize. I didn't mean any offense. Sorry, I was just taken a bit off guard. Still, isn't Hanako a bigger problem at the moment? For some time now, I've thought that the both of you may be feeding into each other's more worrying habits. I tried to amend this before leaving, but it seems to have done little. Worrying habits? When I asked you what you had in mind for the future, your answer was very similar to what Hanako has said in the past when that question was posed to her. Ah! Okay. It is well and good to want to protect her, but I fear that treating Hanako like this, as if she were a daughter or someone in need of special care, is only going to achieve the opposite. Fuck! Why do you have to give me such a hard choice now? Save. The situation got effectively turned on its head. After everything that's happened, this is the first time I find myself doubting Lily's judgment. Wait, I need to think this over. So, Lily is basically saying that our, need or, well, not obsession, but the fact that we want to, save and take care of Hanako because of what she's gone through and what she has become due of it is basically that we'd be agreeing with Lily. But our own judgment is basically the au contraire of that. The contrary. I have no idea. Either I'm under or overthinking this, or then I'm just stupid and my brain's at a lock. If I could ask you guys right now, I would. Fuck. Be right back, guys. This choice is seriously hard. This is insanely hard. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes now, just going through her route, through her route, and thinking about pretty much everything that's happened. I mean, Lily has always been right, and she's been kind of the middleman, in our group of three, in the group Lily, Hanako, and myself. So Lily claims that my worrying of her and her trying to amend to my habits of trying that basically does bad. But just because they gave us this option, whether to agree or disagree with Lily and go with our own choice, kind of just points to me towards trusting my own judgment, because I mean, I'm gonna pick trust my own judgment, because Lily, there have been so many hints, from what I've been thinking, there have been so many hints of Lily being the guiding light of the person we always fall back to, and now that she's gone, they give us this choice. I'm scared to pick this choice because I legitimately think that if I get the wrong choice here, it'll affect the entire rest of the route. It'll affect and in the worst case scenario, I might end up to a bad end, and I don't want that to happen. But after a long thought process, I will pick that we are going to trust our own judgment and disagree with Lily for the first time regarding Hanako. Trust my own judgment. Here we go. I listen carefully to what Lily has to say, but I can't bring myself to agree with her. Hanako is a delicate person at the best of times, and after what happened when her birthday was brought up, I think this is the very last situation where we should be leaving her alone if she's deliberately secluding herself. Okay. It feels like Lily has a very definite image of how best to deal with Hanako in her mind, though. Not just now, but in all the time that I've known the two. I mull over the best course of action in my head, and find myself trying to verbally agree with Lily as softly and ambivalently as I can. We make some small talk afterwards, but neither of us really has much stomach for it in the light of recent events. We say our goodbyes before I hang up. Oh, please, God, dear God, please. I want to talk to Hanako myself, to help her as best I can. The best thing for her right now would be to have someone close to her, not to be left alone. Cold iron. Oh god, this theme. Fuck. I'm fucking scared to proceed. I wrap my knuckles thrice on Hanako's door. As expected, there's no answer. I briefly consider knocking again, but I know full well that I'd just get the same result if I did. Resting my hand on the Hanako's door handle, I try and prepare what I want to say to her. Try as I might, I can't really think of anything worth saying. I want to comfort her, yes, but I have no idea how to do that. That alone is almost enough to stop me. I told Lily that I would though, so I feel I have to follow through, whether I'm confident about it or not. I turn the handle downwards, with a large amount of hesitation. It doesn't move far though, due to the door being locked. Hanako. So she really has locked me out. After everything that happened between us, and the night and the time we spent together, she's shut me out completely. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just want to talk to you a bit. If you can hear me, could you unlock the door? I wait in silence. Minutes pass, but eventually I hear footsteps coming to the door and the lock being worked. At least she's willing to hear me out. That's one good thing. I don't really know what to say, but I just want to see you. I want to make sure you're alright. I take a breath before pushing the handle down and opening the door. If she unlocked it without raising any protest, it should be fine for me to go in. Hanako is sitting on the side of her bed, her face sullen as though deep in thought. Her room is as dark as ever, and right now she seems to perfectly suit the mood it gives off. Eventually, her eyes slowly move to the door. As soon as she notices my presence, she darts off her bed and jumps to her feet, facing me straight on. Her oversized gown makes this gesture look all the more sweeping as it freely moves around her light frame. What are you? I quickly regret coming in as I look at her. She looks depressed, but there's a tinge of anger behind it. So she can make this kind of expression as well. I just want to check that you were alright. I thought it would be okay since you unlocked the door. Hanako opens her mouth to speak, but quickly closes it again before looking away. We stand in silence for a while before she steps back and sits down on the side of her bed. I'm not sure whether she's frustrated with me and resigned to the fact that I'm here, or genuinely okay with me being in her room. Once again, I find myself completely unable to work out how she feels. It's annoying. I end up walking to her desk chair and taking a seat. I do it slowly, to allow her time to raise any issue she might have with me sticking around, but she doesn't say anything. All she does is stare to the ground, not moving a muscle. After sitting with my front to the chair's back, I take a better look at Hanako. She appears pale, but her cheeks look red. I'm not sure she's been eating well either, given how thin her frame looks. Lily might have said it would be better if I kept more of a distance from her, but it's hard to think of that as the correct way to deal with Hanako when she looks like this. She keeps looking at the ground without a word, as if waiting for me to say something. It's entirely reasonable, since I'm the one who came into her room. Want to go out somewhere? Going down the hill to town might be a bit much, but at least we could go for a walk outside. Why do you want to do that? I was just thinking that it might help you a bit. You spend so much time inside, your skin's going to get as pale as Lily's before long. I snort in amusement, expecting Hanako to do the same, but she gives no reaction. She just goes back to looking at the ground.
If you don't want to go, I don't want to go either.
It's fine. I played soccer and hung out with friends after school a lot before coming to Yamaku, so I like being outdoors. Hanako shows no visible reaction. It's hard to talk to her when the discussion is so one-sided. We could go to the library, if it wasn't closed by now. The gardens would be closed fine though. She begins to play with her hair. It's distracting and strikes me as a little unusual for her. Then again, since the incident in class happened, I've been tiptoeing around her for fear of hurting her like that again. Actively trying to get outside might be a good thing. I lean forward a bit more in the chair and give her a slightly forced smile to try and lighten the mood a little. There wouldn't be anyone around by now, so you wouldn't have to worry about someone getting in our way. It could be a little date or something. I give a small chuckle, but catch myself as Hanako stops playing with her hair and grips the bed tightly. Hanako's mouth moves, but try as I might, I can't pick out what she's mumbling. Hanako?
You don't understand.
Even now, I can only barely understand what she says. It feels like she's trying to make her presence as small as possible. That's incredibly natural for her to do that in class or around others, but it hurts when she tries to do it around me. I told you it's fine. It's just a little walk. Nobody'll notice us. I get out of the chair and walk towards the door, turning back to invite Hanako along. Once again, she doesn't respond at all to what I say.
I don't...
Going outside for a bit is good for clearing your head.
Why do you want to do this?
Because I want to help you.
I don't want help. Did you just come here to try and get me out?
I don't mind. I think everyone needs help sometimes. When I was trying to get through my first days at Yamaku, you and Lily helped me a lot. Besides, I'm not exactly busy.
I don't want to go. I'm fine.
I don't really think it's healthy to stay indoors that long. The sun's still got a little life in it, so it's not too late to at least have a little walk. I could probably use a bit of exercise anyway to help wake me up. I've got some homework to get done, and it wouldn't be good to fall asleep halfway through doing it.
Then go.
By myself? She nods. Well, I'm not really against that, but are you sure? I swung by to invite you to come with me.
I'm fine. You can go.
Come on, just a small walk.
Please, just go. I'm fine here.
Hanako? I try to look at her face to gauge her feelings, but her expression is wooden. As if it was so carefully arranged that a single movement might cause it to collapse. Well, if you want to stay here, maybe we could play a game.
Just leave, please. I don't want to do anything right now.
Surely there's something you want to do. It must be boring sitting here in your room alone.
I want you to go.
Come on, you don't have to be like that. I just want to spend some time with you. Lily and I are worried, so... This is gonna blow up in any second, I can just tell.
You talked to her?
Yeah. We were on the phone just a little while ago. We were both really worried about you. Hanako mumbles to herself again. It's incredibly disturbing. Hanako?
I'm telling you, please. Go away. You don't understand anything.
If we just had a talk, you could tell me what I don't understand. I just want to protect you. I don't really see...
Get out, please.
Just locking yourself in your room again isn't going to help anything, Hanako. Please. Silence. Hanako... Whoa! She suddenly storms off her bed, turning to me with an expression that takes me completely off guard.
Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Get out of my room!
Hanako yells at me with such force that for the first time in a long time, I feel genuinely frightened. I have no idea how to react to this, and from Hanako of all people.
Leave! I'm telling you, go! But I was just trying to help you. I know I need help. I know I'm broken. You don't need you to tell me that.
I never said you were broken or anything like that.
It's written on your face. It's written on Lily's face. It's written on everybody's faces. I see a therapist every week. Lily dotes on me as if I were her child, and even now you. Nothing's changed. Nothing at all. I hate Lee, and I hate you more than anyone.
Her face moves in strange, almost grotesque ways. I've never seen someone completely lose it before, but it looks like that the usually quiet and withdrawn girl in front of me is going into just a destructive cycle in front of my eyes. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what I should say or do.
Go! Leave me alone! Get out of here!
I take a step back, then another, and then another. My retreat is only halted when I feel the door against my back. I can't fix this situation. Nothing I say would change anything now. I feel like I'm in a strange and deeply unsettling foreign world. I don't want to be here anymore. The door handle fights my clumsy attempts to open the door without turning my back to Hanako. Eventually, thankfully, the handle moves downwards. I open the door as fast as I can and almost leap backwards through it. As I go through, I keep my eyes on the girl in front of me. She's not broken. Hanako isn't broken. If she was broken, then I'm just as broken as she is after all that's happened to me. Lily only ever did the best by her, and I only ever tried to protect her the best I could. Well, the difference is... Hanako looks down, all her energy spent. Now that I've stepped out of her room, the worst of her fury is gone. But even now, I can't bring myself to argue with her. It's not just the deep shock at what she said. It feels like something else is stopping me. Something deep that makes me feel physically sick. Without a word, I slowly shut the door. The creak of the old hinges sound almost deafening. With a final thud, the wooden door closes. The Hanako that I felt I knew disappears behind it, and the only faint orange slivers of light peek around the very edges. I feel numb. Without anything else to do, I begin to walk back to my dormitory room, mechanically placing one foot in front of the other, while barely registering a thing around me. My mind keeps ticking, questioning everything I thought I knew about Hanako. But one thing is not questioned. That shutting that door brought a close to more than that single visit.
Ah! Did I get a bad end? Fuck.
I can only infer that that was her bad end. And I'm 100% sure that it was from the choice that we had just before the choice about on the phone. Fuck. Yeah, it has to have been that. Because, I mean, it only had two routes. Either we believe Lily and leave Hanako alone for now, or we go and try to be the white knight of Hanako's and disobey Lily. Fuck. Well, I guess we experienced our first bad end of the game. Fuck! I'm so fucking mad that I picked the wrong choice. I thought about it for so long too. Fuck. I mean, now that I think of it again, I mean, the build-up to that choice was just really, it was really cleverly done. Like the pressure and like all the stakes were really neatly gathered on top of the player, so that they would kind of have to judge their own values against Lily's on what we thought was best. So, well, I fucked up. And on the route I was looking forward to so much as well. Oh well. Thank you guys for watching. I'll leave this on a rather mellow note. Next episode, we will try to pursue Hanako's good ending. And we'll see how that goes. I mean, the episode was still good, rather, even though the really unfortunate ending. But still. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name is Negacious. If you did like this video, please comment down below. You can also like the video. Click the like button. I don't appreciate pens falling over as I juggle them. Anyways, I appreciate your appreciation of my videos. You can also subscribe and click the subscribe button to get my videos into your subbox whenever they come online. My name is Negacious. Thank you for watching this, I suppose, bad end of a route, a video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.